Over this generation of Xbox, we have seen a ton of new and exciting RPGs release, and some of them have even broken that traditional RPG mold and became Game of the Year winners. With so many releases, today I have put a list together of the 15 best open world RPGs available on Xbox right now. There was a lot to choose from, but there were also a few available on Xbox Game Pass, which I've also included in this list. So with that out the way, my name is Fletcher, this is Xbox Nation. Subscribe for more Xbox content every single day, and let's dive right in. Starting off the list is Dragon's Dogma 2. If you played this game, you'll know that Dragon's Dogma carved out a unique spot in this RPG world. It's not just another open world RPG, it actually offers deep combat mechanics where you'll face massive monsters like griffins, chimeras, and dragons. The pawn system in this game is also back, allowing you to recruit AI companions to help you in battle, and that certainly adds a strategic layer to the experience. One of the coolest things though about Dragon's Dogma 2 is its dynamic world. The day and night cycle impacts gameplay drastically as monsters are far more dangerous at night, making exploration even riskier. If you love high stakes action and a fantasy world filled with danger and wonder, this game should definitely be on your radar. Next up at number 14, we've got Starfield. This is Bethesda's first new IP in over 25 years, and it's just a massive one. Starfield is the game you can easily lose hundreds of hours in. With over 1,000 planets to explore, the universe just feels absolutely vast. And true to the Bethesda form, it's not just about flying from planet to planet. You can engage in space battles, customize your ship, build some outposts, and craft your own adventure. What I really love though about Starfield is its storytelling. The game's quests are classic Bethesda, so rich in lore, characters, and more choices that can shape your journey. Whether you want to be a space pirate, a peaceful explorer, or just something in between, Starfield lets you craft your own narrative in a beautifully immersive sci-fi world. Coming up next is Elden Ring, the game that redefined what open world RPGs could certainly be. Developed by From Software, Elden Ring takes the brutal, rewarding gameplay of the Dark Souls series and sets it in an open world filled with mystery and danger. If you're a fan of tough but fair combat, this game delivers it in spades. The bosses are absolutely legendary, and the sense of satisfaction you get from defeating them is just unmatched. But this game isn't all about its difficulty. Elden Ring's world is filled with huge and filled with secrets. Every single inch of this landscape feels incredibly well handcrafted, and there's always something intriguing just around the corner. Whether it's a hidden dungeon, a new NPC, or a piece of lore that expands the story. For fans of challenging RPGs, this one is a must play. And number 12, we have a game that needs absolutely no introduction, and that's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This game is a benchmark for storytelling in open world RPGs. You will play as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter for hire as he searches for his adopted daughter in a war-torn, monster-infested world. The choices you make in this game affect not only the story, but the entire world around you, making it just feel incredibly alive. What's really amazing though about The Witcher 3 is its depth of its side quests. They're not just filler, and they often have as much narrative weight as the main story. With the next gen update as well, the game looks even better on the Xbox Series X and S consoles. So if you haven't played it yet, or even if you have, now's the perfect time to jump back into the world of Geralt of Rivia. This next game is an all-time classic, and it's The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. You've probably played this game now, or at least heard of it, because this game has been released on just about anything. There is still a reason though why this game is still around, and that's because Skyrim is a massive sandbox where you can be anything that you want to be. You can focus on the main story to become the Dragonborn and fight against Alduin, or you can simply explore, take on quests, and craft your own story. The level of freedom in Skyrim is just still unmatched to this day, and whether you're deciding to become a stealthy assassin, a powerful mage, or even a werewolf, the choices you make will shape your character's journey. Thanks to the mod support now available on Xbox as well, you can keep the game feeling fresh even after all of these years. Coming in at number 10, we've got The Outer Worlds from Obsidian Entertainment. If you loved Fallout New Vegas, then you're gonna feel right at home with this game. The Outer Worlds is set in a futuristic corporate-run solar system, and the game's satirical take on capitalism and corporate culture is both hilarious and scarily relevant. What really makes this game stand out though is its branching narratives. Your choices don't just affect the ending of the game, but they change the way that characters and factions react to you throughout the game. It is a shorter, more focused length experience, but it's perfect for those who want a rich RPG without dedicating in hundreds of hours of game time. At number 9, we've got Nier Automata. This is an open world RPG like no other out there. It combines action-packed combat with very deep philosophical means, and this is a journey that makes you think as much as it makes you fight. It is set in a post-apocalyptic world where androids are battling for survival of humanity, and this game will explore complex topics like consciousness, identity, and the meaning of life. Combat is fast and fluid as you come to expect, and the world, whilst not as densely packed as some other RPGs, feels beautifully desolate. The story is where Nier really shines though, with multiple endings that reveal more about the game's universe the more you play. It really is a unique and unforgettable experience, and one that I highly recommend that you pick up. At number 8 is Kingdom Come Deliverance, an RPG that really prides itself in historical accuracy, and unlike many RPGs out there, this game is set in a real-world historical setting, in its Bohemia in the 1400s. There's no magic or mythical creatures here, instead you'll be navigating the political and social upheavals of medieval Europe as Henry, who's a blacksmith's son. The game's combat system is one of the most realistic you'll find out there, and it really takes real skill to master. Swordplay is nuanced, and you'll need to think carefully about your strategy in every single fight. But the world is just as immersive outside of combat, so whether you're wanting to engage in diplomacy, trading, or just trying to survive, you will have to do so in a harsh medieval world. If you're looking for a more gritty but realistic RPG, then this is the one. Next up is Dying Light 2. This game really combines the thrill of parkour with an open world RPG, but set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies. The sequel to Dying Light just builds on everything that made the first game great, with an even bigger focus on player choice. Your decisions will ultimately shape the fate of the city, impacting which factions control different areas. Combat to be expected in this game is a complete blast, combining melee action with strategic parkour. You can again leap across any rooftop and swing from cables and drop kick down to zombies into oblivion. What really makes this game great though is its dynamic day and night cycle. The world really becomes far more dangerous at night, with stronger zombies emerging to hunt you down. If you love fast-paced action and making impactful choices, this game is worth checking out. This next game is one that really does go under the radar, but it's one game I highly recommend that you try out if you haven't done so already, and that is Divinity Original Sin 2. If you're into more turn-based combat and deep storytelling but with player freedom, this is one of the best RPGs that you'll just ever play. The world of Rebellion is a beautifully crafted world with an intricate story and characters that truly feel alive. You can play as one of several pre-made characters, and they each have their own unique stories, or you can create your own out of nowhere. The combat system is one of the game's highlights though. It's tactical and rewarding, with endless ways to approach each encounter. It's sort of very similar to the Baldur's Gate games, so if you've played that before, you'll know what to expect. Whether you're wanting just to set traps or use the environment to your advantage, or you want to combine elemental spells, the possibilities are endless. Plus, the game's co-op mode lets you team up with friends for an even more immersive experience. Now, at number 5 is Yakuza Like a Dragon. This game took a very big risk by shifting from action-based combat to turn-based RPG battles, and to be honest, it totally worked. The story follows Ichiban Kasuga, a low-level Yakuza who's trying to rebuild his life after being betrayed by his boss. The world of Yokohama is full of side quests, minigames, and ridiculous activities, making it one of the most unique RPGs on this list. The turn-based combat really adds a new layer of strategy to the Yakuza series, while still keeping that over-the-top, absurd battles that the franchise is known for. The character dynamics and humor just make this game a refreshing and fun experience, even for those who usually don't play turn-based RPGs. Coming in at number 4, we have Final Fantasy 15. This game marked a big departure from the Final Fantasy series with its open-world design and real-time combat system. You will play as Noctis, the crown prince of a fallen kingdom, on a road trip with your closest friends. This game's central theme though is around brotherhood, and the bond between Noctis and his companions adds an emotional depth to the journey. The world of Eos is a vast and beautiful one filled with tons of dangerous monsters, hidden dungeons, and plenty of side quests. Final Fantasy 15 might not have been what everyone expected from the series, but its mix of exploration with fast-paced combat and heartfelt storytelling make it one of the standout RPGs of this generation. At number 3, we've got Wasteland 3, and for me, this is one of the most underrated games available on Xbox Game Pass. This game really brings tactical turn-based combat to a post-apocalyptic Colorado, and it does it absolutely brilliantly. brilliantly. You will lead a squad of desert rangers, making tough decisions that affect not just the story, but the entire world around you, and choices here have real weight compared to other RPGs in the same genre, as entire factions can be wiped out based on your actions. The combat is also strategic and requires you to think carefully about how you approach each fight, and in between battles, the game's dark humour and richly written characters really keep you engaged. If you're more into old school RPGs but with a more modern twist, then Wasteland 3 is one of the best out there. At number 2, and one that you have to expect will be on one of these lists, is Cyberpunk 2077. This game really did have a rough launch, but with recent updates and the DLC, has easily become one of the best open world RPGs available on any console. It's set in a neon lit night city, and Cyberpunk really offers a sprawling futuristic world filled with things to do, from hacking and combat to character customization and exploration. The story of V, a mercenary on the hunt for immortality, is filled with twists, dark themes and memorable characters. What I love about Cyberpunk is how it just allows you to approach missions in so many different ways, whether that's just wanting to sneak around using high tech, or going in guns a-blazing, or just using your social skills to manipulate the situation. Night City is one of the most immersive worlds in any RPG, and it's only gotten better with time. And finally, at number 1, we've got Baldur's Gate 3. This game really is the ultimate RPG for fans of Dungeons & Dragons and tactical combat. Every single decision you make in this game really matters, from dialogue choices to combat strategies, and it all influences the story in major ways. The level of freedom here is just absolutely insane and mind-blowing, as you can solve problems in so many countless ways, and the turn-based combat offers a ton of depth. The world is beautifully designed with richly detailed environments, complex characters, and an epic narrative that keeps you hooked from start to finish. Baldur's Gate 3 is just a masterpiece, and it's easily one of the best RPGs on Xbox to date. So there you have it. 15 of the best open world RPGs available on Xbox right now. Whether you're into fantasy, sci-fi, or something a little more grounded, there's an RPG on this list for everyone. What's your favourite RPG? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. Whilst here, why don't you check out our most recent video covering the 15 new Xbox and Game Pass games of October 2024.